Hi, welcome to Making All the Plans. I'm Connie, and if we haven't met before, I'm a busy mom of 2 active kids, and both my husband and I have full-time careers. My goal is to share with you how I stay on top of all life throws at me in one planner so that you might be able to do the same. Today, I'm going to quickly run through a monthly goals and reset. The first thing that I do is start by resetting my planner. My November spread is already completed. I'll drop in a card in case you want to go back and look at that. But everything has pretty much stayed the same on that, so we're good to go on the monthly. I only have one weekly spread in here, and that's the current one that I'm working on, so that's good to go as well. Then we're going to get to the to-do list. I have done a few to-do items and not a lot on my to-do list. Then for my October goals, just looking through them real quick, I'm not doing great on my routines and my health and all that stuff. I did decide to pare that back this month. I did read some books. I worked on Florida trip with my mom. I've limited my working hours. I have not read that book in financial household. I started working on one of the items and passion. I really haven't gotten 2 to 3 videos done per week. So just going to keep that in the back of my mind. When I'm looking at my fitness tracker, I did write in the 2 sad little days that I did close my rings on my Apple Watch, and I will quickly write in my weight for the beginning of the month, and we will just go from there. Hopefully the next month will be better. I didn't do any running. I'm just going to take out this Bible in a Year page completely, and then I'll go ahead and update the health tracking numbers that I do have. Some of these things I need to get off my phone, and I forgot to do that before I started the video, so I will come back and copy those things out of my phone as soon as I'm done recording this video. But I did go ahead and write in my stats for just my measurements. They're not great. They're not changing. I guess it's good that they're not going up dramatically, but I would like them to go down dramatically. Unfortunately, there just hasn't been enough time in the day or enough energy for me to get all those things done. I think I mentioned in my last video that soccer season is over for high school now, so I will have a little bit more time on my hands. I did go ahead and fill out my Making All the Plans stats tracker, and my numbers are way down. I just could not get things done last month. It was a bad month. My son had a concussion, and that really took a toll on our family, in addition to all of the soccer things that happened last month. So I'm going to just give myself grace, not beat myself up over it, and move on to November. I am just flipping through these sections to see if there is anything that I need to remove, but really there isn't. I did already pay all the bills for this month, and I didn't tuck anything in the folder in the back, so I think we're ready to plan November's goals. I do like to keep the theme of all of my monthly pages the same, so I will bring in my leftover stickers from my November monthly spread in order to incorporate those into my November goals page. And I'm going to keep my goals very simple again. I'm now realizing that I punched the holes on the wrong side of this page and the dots don't go all the way to the edge. So I think I'm just going to solve that by running washi tape up the edge, and that'll be me incorporating the washi tape for this month. But as I was saying before, I noticed that the dots were not all the way to the edge of the page. I do want to keep my goals simple. I have a lot of goals fleshed out in the HB90 system. I don't need to create a bunch more tasks or goals or projects here. So I'm going to try and keep it as simple as possible or have it mirror the goals that I have in HB90. So this washi tape, I believe, is from Planny Things. I really do like their washi tape because it's sticky enough, but it's not over sticky. I also have liked it to the point where I have used it on multiple spreads. So I really just like the quality of their washi tape. A lot of the grid washi tape that I use is also from Planny Things. I am going to go ahead and put the decor down first since I know I am not planning on writing a bunch of goals on the page. Normally, I have so many goals and tasks and projects and everything that I want to get done throughout the month that there is not a lot of room for decor. But as you can see in October, it's very basic, and I will be repeating that very basic theme again here in November. I'm going to start by getting all of my boxes written out and laid down. This is the Uniball Zinto pen, and I've really been enjoying using this pen recently. So much so that I am going to take the risk and probably use this for the entire page instead of breaking out my friction for the goals. But let's go ahead and get all the header titles written out. I do have a few areas that I try to put goals together for. They are personal, health and wellness, friends and family, financial, professional, household, and passion. I am debating on whether or not I am going to be following the same system next year. Because I started HB90 part of the way through this past calendar year, I've definitely changed the way my goals are done. And I'm wondering if I need to do goals this way at all because of the HB90 system. But if I do decide to stick with this method, I'm thinking that I will either have the labels pre-printed for the sections, or I will just come up with a standard page that I will then just add decor to make it a little bit quicker. This particular month, it was pretty quick. I think the whole entire decorating, going through my planner, all that took about 30 minutes, which is not a problem. But there are other months where I haven't had a chance to do any of my reset yet, and so then I'm spending the time cleaning out my planner, getting everything organized, updating the monthly spread, which sometimes I have to do because things change. It's a lot some months. This month it's not so much, so it's weird that I'm thinking about this now, but I also have space to think about it right now, if that makes sense. So now I'm going to go ahead and drop in some decor for the month, and I'm going to just start with a big sticker and go from there. She doesn't fit many places, but I am going to go ahead and drop her in down here above the passion block. I will have to come back and make her less floaty because I don't like when it looks like they float. But I really am trying to keep this page fairly simple overall, so I'm just going to drop in a few images. I'm also choosing the bigger images across the board, and I don't have a good way of explaining this, but I don't love having like a huge girl and then a tiny girl on the same page. I like everything to be about the same proportions, especially when they're people. Otherwise, I'm not as concerned, but when they're people, I do really like them to be kind of close in size. So those tinier ones that fit in more spots, I just didn't want to use those because they just didn't seem to balance the page out right. So I'm sticking with the bigger images. Whether or not that was the best idea, I don't know, but we're gonna go that direction this month. So I like how this looks right now, and looking at it while not doing it, I'm thinking, wow, if I just put one more image above where it says financial over on the right-hand side, everything would be nicely balanced. But instead, I'm going to grab another sticker and I'm going to put it up here above personal. And as I was in the moment, I was like, something is not quite right here, but I wasn't sure what it was. But now looking back at it, I did like that there was an odd number of images going on, but I definitely would have liked it over where it says financial a little bit better over on the right-hand side. I think it just would have balanced out the page a little bit more. When I was up close and personal with it, that washi tape really seemed to weigh down that page more than it does in the video. So it's fine to look at, but I think it would have looked better if I had balanced out the images and move that over to the right-hand side. But I am not going back to change it. It's just going to be what it is. Low stress, as much as I can, low stress. And then in order for the images to not look like they're floating, I'm just going to draw in a few doodle lines here and go with it. And I'm going to call it a day. Normally I would use washi tape, but since I did run that washi tape along the side, I really didn't feel the need to add more washi tape to the spread. So it's just going to be some little straight lines to kind of ground all of the images. But let me know down below if I am the only one that critiques my pages when I'm done with them. I'm not sure if it's a scrapbooking thing or if all planners do this, but I definitely look at a page when I'm done and I'm like, oh, I could have done better here, here, and here. Next time I need to remember to do X, Y, or Z. But a lot of things run through my head after I finish a spread, and I was just curious if that happens to you as well. But let's get to the goal of this page, goal setting. So for personal, I would like to get through 2 books this month, and one can be an audiobook, but one I'd really like it to be a physical book. I would like to work on my AM routine some more, and for health and wellness, just to try to make better choices so that I can ease into this instead of just having a hard stop of saying no pop or close my rings every day or something dramatic. I'm not quite ready for that yet. For friends and family, I need to go to Florida with my mom and then get some Christmas presents ready, photo books, calendar for, again, for my mom. And I am going to finish this darn Smart Couples Finish Rich book before the end of the year. It really just needs to be done. It's ridiculous that I write it down every month. Professional, I have been very good about limiting my working hours, but I want to continue doing that. And I want to protect my vacation time and actually rest. And I won't be resting when I go to Florida with my mom. We do have a bunch of work to do, but it's a different kind of work than the work I do at my full-time job. Then for passion, which is this channel, I'm going to aim for 2 to 3 videos per week and start thinking about the direction I want to go in 2025 so that I don't have to spend a lot of time thinking through it in December, which is a very busy time. And then household, I really just need to get the things done that have been on my list for a while. We do have a contractor lined up to replace the back door. We need to finish cleaning up the flower beds. And then I really would like to clean the home exterior and do some paint touch-ups if the weather cooperates. So lots to do this month, hoping to be productive. My son does have one soccer tournament this month, so I'm hoping to get one nice weekend at home so that I can get some of this work done. But I hope that everybody has a great November. If you like this video, don't forget to hit like and subscribe, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!